So I did get a little bit of background on you that you enjoy Sancerre.
Yes.
Okay.
So Sancerre, Loire Valley. I don't know why that's great, but I love French stuff. And in a pinch, I found that kind of flavor profile can can translate into a falangina or a
Mm-hmm.
gavi if I'm in an Italian restaurant and they don't offer Sancerre. If not that, a Chablis. But Sancerre definitely, I'll choose restaurants based on the fact that they have Sancerre or not.
Okay. Well, then I think I picked the right wine for us to drink today. So when I heard you like Sancerre, my assumptions would you would like Pinot Grigio, Italian whites, Chablis for sure, maybe even Albarino. And what that tells me is you like a wine that may come off as subtle, but is an explosion on your palate. There's a lot going on in a very subtle wine. High minerality. I'd assume you probably didn't like big oaky, buttery California Chardonnays. Right.
No,
Okay. So I assumed
not
right.
at all. So definitely everything you're describing is what I
Great.
like.
And another thing you had just said that is you want to drink the wine because you enjoy the wine and not to just feel the buzzing on your lips, not to just get drunk. You're not for the alcohol. And I think here in Pennsylvania, we have these acid driven wines that are more about the flavor and the food pairing, much like the Loire Valley. So I chose a wine for a couple of reasons that I really thought would relate to you. It's a wine called Gruner Veltliner. It's historically an Austrian grape. So the reason, like I said, with Sauvignon Blanc, you've got citrus-driven notes. You've got lemon. You've got lime, especially Sancerre. You've got this flinty minerality that comes out, almost a little bit of smokiness, like clapping two pieces of chalk erasers from school, like the chalkboards. Like you get that kind of inorganic kind of minerality. Gruner Veltliner has a lot of those same characteristics. Well, you get grapefruit, you get lime. The pepperiness of the Sauvignon Blanc from Sancerre will turn into almost asparagus, a little bit more vegetal. So you get a little
Okay.
more taste of the earth. And Sauvignon Blanc and Gruner Veltliner share a common parent in Sauvignon. So these are half brother, half sister, however you want to look at it. So these grapes are related.
Well, do you know what Gruner Veltliner means?
So it means the green wine from Valentina. So they originally thought it was an Italian grape.
Did you research that because you knew I'd ask you that?
Well, I knew it anyways, but I did reaffirm
Jeez!
everything in case any questions did come up. But tell me, what is jumping out of the glass? What are you smelling right now?
Citrus. And that's what I like the most in my wine is to get that clean, crisp, kind of almost dry, citrusy splash.
If the nose is inviting, it makes you want to take a sip. If the sip is inviting, it makes you want to take another sip. And that's what, especially as a Sancerre drinker, like that really crisp acidity, that lemon, lime, citrus. Here you're going to get a little bit of underripe grapefruit and even a little bit of lentil, some peanut shell.
Right.
All these things that make your mouth want to water. And when your mouth is watering, it's your body telling you, drink more of it.
Don't threaten me with a good time. So, what do you, as the expert, feel from this wine? I mean, you've already kind of given me a pre-description, but when you actually taste it, what is your professional description?
Sure. So the first thing I taste is that inorganic earth. I get that crushed gravel, what you called old library book, that kind of dusty, chalky kind of note to it. That's what I get on the nose. Once I get on the palate, that's where the fruit really starts to pop out. There's a crisp green apple, but a lot of the flavors that you're going to get, like I said, are that lemon, lime, citrus notes. You get a lot of that gravel minerality, and the wine has so many layers to it. Every time you go back to that glass, you're going to taste something a little bit different. You want it to not to be too cold, because when something's real cold, just like the pores on our skin, when we're cold, everything tenses up. We don't have the opportunity to experience all the flavors that the wine is offering, or the food, or anything else. So we want it chilled, but not ice cold. If it's too cold, it will cover up some flaws in winemaking. But a quality wine should be drank at cellar temperature. If you think about 200, 300, 400 years ago when this wine was cultivated, when Gruner Veltliner and any other wine was really being made, what's your basement like? It's in that kind of mid 50s kind of temperature. So I'd say 45 to 50 degrees is great. I tend to keep this wine in the fridge. When I'm ready to drink it, I try and pull it out about 30 minutes ahead of time. Pour myself a glass because I'm not going to wait a full 30 minutes, but it's really going to open up about 30 minutes afterwards when it really starts to open up. What you want is a big enough bowl to where you can fill it up to say this is, you want about 4 to 5 ounces, about that much. But you also want to be able to trap a little bit of the flavors in the top. You want to be able to swirl it around without overflowing.
Yeah, I'm just like, I like a full life, so I like it poured up to here.
But when you do that, when you do fill it up to the top, what you all
tell me how wrong I am.
well, you're missing out on part of it. Now, when you're filling it up to the top, that's about drinking the wine. When you fill it halfway, all of the aromas gather in the glass. When you fill it up to the top, the aromas are overflowing. So you're missing out on part of the wine.
What's the proper way to taste? You have to do all that?
So you don't want to take
Mr.
a
Ed
big
stuff?
gulp. And again, this is talking proper ways of tasting, pre-COVID, pre-quarantine. You just want to take a sip.
Well, I am proper. I need to know the proper way. When you sit at home with 80 bottles a night and you have to test all of them, I want to do it right.
All right, so you want to take a sip that's about half an ounce. So you just want to basically cover up the bottom of your palate. You don't want a full mouth, right?
As if I had time for math class and know what ounces are.
Perfect. That's what you want to suck that air in a little bit through your lips, and you want to make that wine kind of move around on your palate. So it's hitting all the different aspects of it. You're introducing oxygen, which will bring out even more flavors. And by slurping that in, did you spill some? A great option, especially right now, is buy online. Support the wineries directly. Order from them, they'll ship to you. You're supporting local businesses. We're supporting our neighbors, people that we've probably accidentally bumped shopping carts in at a local Acme or a local grocery store. These might be the people that are growing the wines that we're enjoying right now. We've got almost 300 wineries at this point across the state.
Wow.
And with all those different wineries, there's a wine for everybody there. If you like those big, tannic, bold, high-acid reds, we've got that. If you like the sweeter style, you mentioned Canadian ice wine. If you like a sweeter style of wine, we've got that. If you like high minerality, if you like oak, we've got every style of wine somewhere in this state. You just got to find the one that's right for you.
Does Pennsylvania sparkle as well?
We do. Actually, was it J. Mackey in, I think it was their '05 vintage, won a best sparkling in the world competition in France. So
Wow.
we definitely have some world-renowned sparkling for sure.
Awesome.
And our climate is prone to that. It's prone to that kind of high-acid wine, and we can absolutely compete on a world stage.
This is delicious. I wasn't expecting this from a Pennsylvania wine because I am, give me French all day, always French, give me, Hermes, give me lavender fields, give me Provence, give me Paris, just give me France. But this is very delicious.
Yeah, and I think our climate, it lends itself to those, especially white grapes that you mentioned, Sancerre. You get a lot of like Muscadet type flavors. If you're a big fan of French or Italian white wines, Pennsylvania is the right state for you to try something local. This has been great. I'm really glad you enjoyed the wine. Hopefully it'll get you out of your comfort zone a little bit. Drink something besides Sancerre, start to explore some of the great wine options we have here in PA. And again, thank you so much for joining us and for supporting our local wine industry.
No, it's my pleasure. I'm very proud to be Pennsylvanian, and now even more so.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got France, Italy, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That show up in my bar.
It's a good company to have, good people to be rubbing shoulders with.
Yes, but thank you so much for choosing this one for me. I absolutely love it.
Great, you love it.
Yay! Okay, until next time.
Until soon. Oh, so, cheers.
Oh, yes, cheers. Heart from afar. And
do them at the same time. There we go.
Yeah. 3, 2, oh wait, can we do that? 3, 2, 1.
Cheers.
Cheers.